Yeah. Have a good day. You too. Thank you.
Selling out for a Budweiser commercial. That was cringeworthy. Like blowing in the wind to tell us.
Whiskey, 750 ml bottle. It's the gift set. Comes with 2 airplane bottles, just $19.99. Locally made Art Creek Red 52, wine $8.99. What about Art Creek Johanna $9.99? That's a $5 savings. And one more example, Bud Rita. So mango Rita, lime Rita, strong Rita. Get 2 12 packs, $13.98. Those savings. Big games.
Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
New England Patriots fans, congratulations. You now are at the level of the Chicago Bulls. So every time I want to complain about the Patriots and say that, you know, boo Patriots, I remember that my Chicago Bulls won 6 championships, and for everyone that was not a Chicago Bulls fan during that run, they had to feel the same way or had to have felt the same way because Lord knows the Bulls haven't won anything in a long time. But that's the feeling that you get. It's sort of like, again with this? So there's the game last night, and let me reenact 90% of the big game last night. Oh, they scored. Okay, that's good. That was it, right? Like, I thought for a second, because I was kind of in and out with the game. Kids running around, taking care of a baby, trying to really pay more attention to the commercials than anything because the game just wasn't that exciting. And then at one point, you're like, oh, I think the Patriots just scored an actual touchdown because the Rams punter, if you're going to give an MVP to anybody, even though the Rams didn't win, their punter, how many times did they punt? 12? I mean, the guy was just booting it. Like, for those aspiring punters out there, that was like going to school yesterday. I mean, that guy did a great job. And unfortunately, the Rams didn't win. The Patriots did. Tom Brady now has this many he has to put a Super Bowl ring on his other hand. That's a lot. Favorite commercials from the night? That's right. Ric Flair, though, still has more. Don't forget the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair. He's got more. Still. By this many. The Nature Boy. Favorite commercials? Again, kind of a crapshoot, if I can be so bold. I didn't think anything really stood out. The Amazon one with Harrison Ford was cool. Hy-Vee surprised me. Jim Simmons hinted that Hy-Vee would have a big game ad, and they delivered a spot with Oprah talking about the one-step program, different products that you can purchase that support, different organizations and help people in need. So that was exciting. You can't mistake Oprah Winfrey's voice, right? She has one of those voices that you're like, oh, it's Oprah. And then they kind of just slid the Hy-Vee thing in towards the end. You're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I know in the spot she says, I'm proud to partner with Hy-Vee. I probably missed that part because, again, my kids were, fighting each other and whatever. But that was sweet. So, good to have some representation on the big game. And then for everybody that's complaining, people are always going to complain about the big game. They're going to complain about the teams, and they're absolutely going to complain about halftime. I don't know what to do to make y'all happy. A couple years ago, Britney Spears was at halftime. Like, what? Nobody wanted to play halftime. I don't know if y'all remember. Maroon 5 was basically like, I guess we'll do it. That was kind of the response. Like, so what's going to make everybody happy? Because if you think about it, what are you going to go with, a classic rock act? Okay, so then there'll be a section of the country that's like, yeah, all right, cool. Some, band with 60 and 70-year-olds rocking out. For a lot of us, you might enjoy that. But then there's no middle ground. I don't know what to tell you. I know that it's a 30-minute spectacle. SpongeBob was part of it last night. My kids were really excited to see SpongeBob. And I was excited to see Big Boy from Outkast because I am a rap fan from specifically the 90s to the 2000s. So, but other than that, it was just sort of like, all right, I don't know. There's no solution, right? Like, unless you have someone that can represent like all genres or a variety of artists, I don't know what to tell you. But that's the consensus. If you look on social media today, is the game was boring, the halftime show was meh, and people are just hating on Tom Brady. Let's get to our first guest and see how much he loathes Tom Brady. Jason Miller is the director with Special Olympics of Muscatine. Now, you were wearing a Packers jacket.
Yes,
so
I was, yeah.
I want to know, as a Packers fan, how were you with last night's big game? Did you watch it?
Yeah, I was, like you, I was very bored. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah. But, I respect the franchise. I'm a Bulls fan as well. And I respect Tom Brady and what he's done. Tremendous athlete, so...
It's impressive.
For him to get 6, I'm okay with that.
Maybe he'll retire. Do you think he should retire?
Oh, no.
No? You think he's going to keep playing? He's 41 years old.
I think they'll keep replacing parts on him. I think he's a robot. He's a robot.
So Maroon 5 did something pretty cool, and it'll kind of have a residual effect for Big Brothers Big Sisters Muscatine County, which is your neighbor.
Oh, yeah.
Your office neighbor at the Y.
Yep.
Maroon 5 donating $500,000 to Big Brothers Big Sisters, not of Muscatine County. It would have been nice if they did Adam Levine, but just to the entire organization. So it's cool to get that recognition for an organization like that.
Were they fined for how terrible they were? Or?
I mean, you can say that about a band that donated $500,000 to an organization.
That's cool. That's really great. Yeah.
I'll say that when I want to take my shirt off at home, I don't get the same reaction as to when Adam Levine took his shirt off.
Yeah.
And maybe I need more like weird tattoos. Yeah, that one that said California.
Yeah.
I could just get Iowa.
Well, I just heard he had a sweet shirt that matched somebody's curtains.
I saw that. His shirt matched like a pillow or whatever. That was awesome. Yeah. All right, so the real big game, and there's Adam rocking out. I don't dislike Adam Levine. I don't know. I've heard him do a lot of interviews, and I can't dislike the guy. And I know people want me to sit here and critique Maroon 5, but I just, nobody wanted to play.
It's not my genre.
Nobody
he seems like a good guy.
Show.
Yeah.
What are we gonna have next year?
And what was it because the whole Kaepernick thing?
It's just
it
wasn't an attractive. Yeah.
Trying to
Nobody was really competent
protest
to
that.
do it.
Okay.
So it was, like I said, it was very much put together.
Why would you not want to? I mean, it's a
biggest audience you would ever have.
Oh yeah,
right.
Definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'd get on there and play the spoons or whatever. I could do my one karaoke version of "Getting Jiggy with It" by Will Smith. That's what I'm doing. Right. So the real big game, and this is a week from tomorrow. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Olympics taking on Muscatine firefighters and police. This is a big deal. Before we get to the event next week, can you just give us a little bit of the history? How long has Special Olympics been having this game, taking on the firefighters, and then because the police only came into it a couple years ago. So let's start with a little bit of the history on the game that's coming up. Next week.
Sure. So it just started off as just a fun scrimmage, a get together back in I think probably about the mid '90s, somewhere around there. And they were we always look for opportunities where instead of just having a plain practice, to actually have some scrimmage. And so somebody approached the firefighters, they put together a team, and every year since then we've just put together our best team versus their best, and we've just played them in a scrimmage. And now, more recently, it's turned into a big fundraiser, and we've seen other organizations, other Special Olympics programs. Burlington has a big one that they do on a Saturday, and I think eventually we'd like to get to that. But they have a halftime show as well.
Wow!
And, so we're actually going to have some halftime entertainment at this one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
we've got the Palm Squad, Muscatine High School Palm Squad. Carissa Johnson, Renee Johnson, they organized a group to come out.
So great.
Carson Larry, he is good on the drums, and so we're going to have him do a little something as part of our fundraiser, and so it's kind of a little surprise, but he does a tremendous job on the drums, and we'll raise a little bit of money through him.
I just like that I'm learning about this right now. This is
well,
so
we
nice.
looked into the Jock Jams, decal thing, but I don't think Mike Morgan would be okay with doing a decal on the court or anything.
And that's just it, right? So next week's game, February 12th, we'll start at 6 o'clock on the dot.
Well, I don't know about we'll try
6:01.
In Special Olympics terms, everything's ish. So
6:02.
6-ish. We'll try our best to get around that time.
But go to Muscatine High School. That's the big thing with the game this year.
It's changed.
This event has grown so much, and if you've attended any of the previous the last 3 or 4 years in particular, record turnouts at the Muscatine Community Y. So being able, Jason, to have it at the high school makes total sense. There's so much more seating available, and the goal, like you said, is to keep growing it. And I love the idea of doing it on a Saturday eventually. But in the meanwhile, next Tuesday, 6 o'clock at MHS. And then the other wrinkle, some entertainment, and then how about just the live streaming aspect of it? Like the game's going to be live streamed for the very first time. Brian Musell doing the play-by-play, which is excellent. And Media Tree, who produces this high-quality broadcast, will be bringing the game to the interwebs. So not only are people that for whatever reason cannot make it to the game next Tuesday, it'll be available to be rewatched online. And I think that's super exciting. And we looked at some of the crowd shots in those pictures, and the gym has been just packed. So the decision to go to MHS, was it your choice, and then did you just reach out to Mike Morgan? Mike will be on the show later this week talking about the cake auction. Mike's a great guy. So I'm assuming they wanted to accommodate this annual event. Right?
So I approached Mike Morgan and said, hey, here's our circumstance, here's where we're at. We've gotten to a point where we used every chair at the Y. so people could sit, and we still had people standing last year.
Yeah.
So I would say, we had 200 people at least out there the last few years. And so, yeah, we've reached to a point where I want to be accommodating to our fans.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to make this about the fundraiser. I want to make this about the game, but I want to make it comfortable for our spectators. And so the ladies that approached me some time back about making this into a fundraiser, doing a bake sale, we sell some T-shirts.
Yep.
They round up a bunch of raffle prizes.
Yes,
we'll
they
sell
do.
raffle tickets as well. So the last few years, it's raised over $1,000 for our program,
so
which is a
exciting.
huge benefit to us. Yeah.
All right,
Yep.
so that's one of the things that I had written down to talk about today was the fact that it didn't start out as a fundraiser, but it's kind of morphed into that.
Yeah.
$1,000, all that money is going to stay locally,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what does a successful Tuesday basketball game mean for the next? I mean, do you use that money over the next several months for Special Olympics? Do you have certain things that you're going to allocate those funds for?
Yeah. So we have over 150 athletes that will be able to help out with our program. We will be able to go to summer games without having to worry about financials. Transportation's our biggest cost. We've got uniforming, overnight stays, stuff like that adds up. And so to be able to take care of them and to keep the money here local is just tremendous for a program.
It's a big deal. And the ways that you can help out, again, bake sale, raffle, T-shirts available. The bake sale stuff, Jason, tell everybody, look at Chad's camera, tell them how quickly the bake sale stuff sells out, because it absolutely will.
The brownies go really fast.
They do.
They make some really good brownies.
Don't show up 15 or 20 minutes late and expect to have some bake sale items.
Right.
Because it's amazing how much stuff, first of all, you have such a great crew that helps you out.
Yeah.
But the bake sale stuff, I've been around a lot of events, and there's something about just supporting this game and then just watching it. People are enjoying some baked goods.
Yep.
But they go super quick. I made that mistake my first time reffing the game. I was like, Rice Krispie treats. I'll get one of those later.
Right.
And then the game got over and there was nothing on the table.
It's a pretty
heartbroken.
It's a pretty laid back fundraiser too.
Right.
I mean, we're not we don't put prices on everything. It's just a free will donation.
Free will,
so,
which is also
which is great because a lot of my athletes come in that are not playing, and they can't always afford. So they'll hand out some quarters, but then we'll have some parents that come and they'll give $20 for a thing of brownies or cookies. So it all evens out. I feel like we make more money when you do it that way.
Yeah,
So,
I love the idea of a free will donation for the bake sale. The police department coming into the game, because for all the years it had been just fire, Muscatine Fire Department, and not because that's just how it worked, but bringing in the police department, I feel like makes sense. And then what it does is it will, the first year that you have the police officers there that have a good experience, they go back and tell their coworkers.
Yeah.
It motivates the police department. They already have a lot of good community outreach, but this is one of those things that they'll look forward to as an annual event. Right. And then with that comes the reach that the police department has with all the people that work there, their family and friends.
Yep.
And it'll just help bring more people out. So
definitely.
was that your decision to reach out, or did the fire department say we're looking to field more guys and gals on this team?
Honestly, I can't remember exactly how it came about, and it might have been Nate Paxton with the fire department, and he mentioned something that, and I don't know if it was because maybe the numbers were low or whatever, but either way, when it was brought to my attention, I thought, wow, what a great idea. Why not?
100%.
Right? Exactly.
Right.
So to have the PD involved with this, the sheriff's department is another department that is just unbelievable. The health they do law enforcement torch run, which raises about $5,000 in the spring. And so it's just unbelievable, the support that we get from them. And so actually we're in the works of Isaiah Phillips. So I had a meeting with him, and he wants to do a Battle of the Badges between Sheriff's Department, PD, and the fire department. And golf. Battle of the Badges. So they have those simulators.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do more of an appreciation day for them.
Cool.
Actually, it's a tournament that we're going to hold for them.
Awesome.
And I think it's going to be a Thursday, Saturday in spring. So look for more details on that.
Yeah, Isaiah called me.
Oh,
and,
he talked to you then already?
I don't want to
Good
say
deal.
any dates yet, but
I don't have the
Bridgeside
dates
Links
yet.
is
They're gonna host it.
new bar with the golf simulators
Yep.
at the foot of the bridge if you were going to head to Illinois from Muscatine, the Norbert F. Becky Bridge, right?
Yep,
I think that's what
right.
it's called. So Bridgeside is a really cool place. These golf simulators are massive. I'm not a big golfer, but for people that are, it's like state-of-the-art stuff. And yes, this makes total sense to get that group together, because you do get so much good support. You know, a lot of individual support, businesses, and then when you think about having consistent support from organizations like fire, police, and sheriffs, like that doesn't, you know, they're already busy enough.
Right.
They've already got very tough and demanding jobs, but it's so important, you know, for people like Sheriff C.J. Ryan and the folks of the fire department and the police department to be actively involved. I know they'll, you know, Special Olympics also does Cop on a Roof annually.
Yeah.
So it's nice to know that you have that that support that's going to be there in Muscatine. That being said, for folks at home that are watching and you want to get involved, whether you can volunteer your time or if you are the type of person that's able to, you know, make monetary donations throughout the course of the year, and for whatever reason, maybe Special Olympics hasn't been on your radar, please consider.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
150 athletes is a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a lot. I mean, like, do you know, you talk about Special Olympics in other locations, Burlington, surrounding areas, Muscatine with 150, how are our numbers? That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
There's 12,000 across the state of Iowa registered athletes in Special Olympics. We're one of the larger ones.
Yeah.
Cedar Rapids is the largest program.
Sure.
And then when you look at the Eastern Iowa is just a huge population. So most of your Special Olympics populations are from that area.
It's so exciting. We've been looking at some great pictures, Special Olympics in Muscatine on Facebook, and of course you can find more info through the Muscatine Community Wise website. The basketball game, it goes by quick. I love the idea of adding stuff into halftime.
Yeah.
Because it is such a great event that so many people look forward to. The competitive nature of the Special Olympic athletes at this game is so inspiring, because it makes me, and my role, very small role, is to referee the game. But when I show up and I watch warm-ups, like they're chomping at the bit, ready to go.
Oh yeah.
Their coach Mark Heideball, who works in the meat department here at Hy-Vee, I mean, he would tell you that if you haven't made it out to these games before, the athletes, Jason, they're stepping on the gas the entire game. There's no they don't, I mean, as much as it can be perceived as a fun game, the outcome for them is they want the victory.
Yeah, they do.
Never want to lose.
Well, and especially this year, since our district basketball tournament was canceled due to weather, this has just been a horrible year. I've had to cancel so many practices, and so they're really excited about this year, and the fact that you know, Chad Yokin and Ryan, those guys are going to come out and video this is unbelievable, because we've had that done before in the past, and they look forward to seeing it on TV and then talking to their friends about it. But any competition opportunity that they have to showcase their talents is they always look forward to, which is what it's about. I mean, we're here for the athletes. We want them to have a good time. And so having this basketball game versus the firefighters and PD just makes it fun. It's just a nice community event. And it's always, this time of the year is kind of a drag, you know, so it's good to have something like this.
And you talk about how bad January was. I mean, it was only good for people that are in the, I feel like if you plow snow, you're the only person that should be excited about January because it affects so many. I mean, I felt like every other day I saw on Facebook Special Olympics canceling or
we
shifting.
Shut down like a whole, last week we shut down Monday practices through Thursday.
It's terrible.
When it's cold, now, you don't even want to take a chance.
I don't want to dwell on this district cancellation, but I don't know. I don't know how to comment on this, and maybe I shouldn't, but and I'm sure that you have similar thoughts, but the district tournament was canceled because of the weather, and then the selections were just sort of made to go on. You see where I'm getting at? I mean, it's tough because Muscatine, correct me if I'm wrong, won last year, won state. Is that correct? So Muscatine won state last year, and for whatever reason, we're not selected to move on. So as a homer, and maybe this is where I can comment more than you, I mean, a little frustration there. But I also understand wanting to have an opportunity for all athletes to go up to the next level. So respond to that however you choose.
We had a pretty good chance this year of our 5-on-5 team winning state. There was one additional 5-on-5 team added from Dubuque.
Sure.
Typically, it's us versus Clinton. And we actually had a game in December, our Holiday Classic basketball tournament that we hosted, and we played Clinton, and we smoked them. So
No offense,
we're going
Clinton.
into this thinking, okay, we
Right.
can at least get second place. And sometimes it's first and second place that goes. Most of the time it's first place
Sure.
that you have. But it's all dependent on how many teams they have designated to go to state. And so
Gotcha.
only so many teams go. That's why you have a tournament to kind of whittle those down.
absolutely,
So they want the
absolutely.
best of the best going. And so, yeah, we had a great opportunity to play. And unfortunately, they can't reschedule these things
Right.
because it's hard to get the volunteers. It's hard to get the venue back. North Scott was booked all the way
Oh, I
through.
bet. Yep.
So we couldn't get anything scheduled as far as that goes. But yeah, when we have to make, and I don't make the selections, it's actually our district supervisor.
I would not want that responsibility.
No,
How tough,
and
right?
a lot of it is based on how they've done in the past, and if there is a new opportunity for a team that's like Dubuque hasn't had a team in a
Sure,
long time,
sure.
so to give them an opportunity to play at state, I mean,
No, it's all fair, and it's just as a homer, I always want Muscatine to do well,
Right.
regardless of what sport they're competing in.
Yeah.
We're talking to Jason Miller with Special Olympics of Muscatine. If you're just tuning in, the game is next Tuesday, February 12th. Muscatine High School, new location, will start around 6:00 or so. So we're in February. I tell you what, all the snow has melted at my house pretty much. I was really worried about my trampoline in the backyard. It was looking like this for a couple of days.
Yeah, ours too, yeah.
And then it's totally all the snow and ice is gone, which is
Yeah.
nice. So in addition to Special Olympics basketball, swimming,
we have swimming going
Kinda
on,
heating up,
powerlifting
right?
going on.
Okay.
So we're kind of in the thick of things. So starting
Yeah.
next week, I'm Monday through Thursday practices, take Friday off, and then we have practices, powerlifting practice on Saturday.
Wow.
So we've got a pretty full schedule. And then our spring sports will be just around the corner, which I'm really looking forward to.
I was going to say, you talk about
Not just
January,
spring, but just the spring sports.
Well,
yeah.
just January being so rough, having to cancel things,
Yeah.
Well, I think something else that people need to consider is for a lot of your athletes, their participation in Special Olympics is maybe their only source of a way to burn off a lot of that energy.
Sure, yeah.
And a little bit of a break for them from life, from
Right,
work, and
yeah.
from, and then at the same time for the family and caregivers, something that they love watching that athlete participate in.
Sure,
So that can be
yeah.
a real, I mean, you talk about the the sludge of winter.
Mm-hmm.
They've got to be so excited, your athletes, for spring to get here and to be able to get
Yeah,
outside
right,
with
right.
a lot of the sports that'll follow.
Yeah.
Golf being one of them, certainly, looking at some pictures on the screen. But yeah, I mean, I've been saying, Jason, on this show, first person to complain about the summer weather. We just can't
complain
have
about
it, right?
I never
We
complain
can't
about how
have it.
hot it is.
No, I don't
No,
care when
would
it's
rather
100
be-
degrees humidity.
Yeah.
And you walk outside and it's like a hair dryer. I promise I will
Yeah.
not say anything about it. So there's never a lull in the action
No,
with Special Olympics.
we had a really good, unfortunately, we had a really good practice season this year, and so
Sure.
we were geared up and ready to go for this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just unfortunate that had to be, but we have more opportunities for athletes. What we're seeing in Special Olympics, which is great, is that when I started, I felt like there was athletes that had their sport,
Right.
and they would just do that,
Correct.
and there still is. But what I'm seeing is that our participation rate is going up every year.
Good.
So our numbers for every sport is just, we're having more athetes do multiple sports. It's essentially
fantastic.
what it comes down to, which is what we like to see.
Now, something that I don't think we've ever talked about. I was just thinking about this. There's I don't want to say those core sports that you have available for the athletes to participate in, but is there anything that you've looked at to bring in to Special Olympics Muscatine that maybe, and I can't even think of an example of a sport or an activity that you're not doing, but how does that
So
work?
you see trends in activities and sports.
Sure.
To 12.
It's a little bit tough.
So that's okay. It's just a finger prick,
Okay.
little blood.
Yeah.
We'll also be checking blood pressure,
That's
which
fantastic.
is a great combination. 'Cause
Right.
You don't necessarily have any signs of high blood pressure, maybe
Sure.
not even high cholesterol.
Mhm.
But they estimate about 1 in 3 Americans have high cholesterol, the
Oh my
American Heart
gosh.
Association, and quite a number, I'm not sure the statistics on high blood pressure, but that's pretty high up there as well. So, you know, February's the heart month, love, you know, happy Valentine's Day. Get your heart checked out for, not for you, for your loved ones.
Well, and the best part, again, you know, it kind of dawned on me last week, and I mentioned it one of the days, was that this is a free screening. So for people that are, a lot of us don't understand these insurance deductibles and premiums and whatever. We just kind of reset everything.
Right.
So say for maybe if your insurance allows you a free physical, other than that, you're going to be paying for getting things checked like this. So if at the very least, if folks look at that as a way to save money, whatever brings you out, we're happy to have you.
Right.
But I wonder if that's really a concern for a lot of folks, is getting this done and being afraid to go to the doctor because they don't want to, you know, have the cost that comes along with it. Will they get the results right away tomorrow?
Right. So we'll do the finger prick and get your blood in the little Cholestech machine, and we'll do your blood pressure. And within, you know, the whole thing takes maybe 20 minutes. We'll get your results. We can go over your results.
Awesome.
So maybe you don't have any idea what your results are, so it's a good time to check them out. Or maybe you went to the doctor near the end of last year, you know, October or something, and you want to recheck. This way we can do it free, and then you can also check again with your doctor, you know, 3 or 6 months from now as well.
Different forms of cholesterol.
So,
there's
you'll get the total cholesterol reading, and then we'll also give you the HDL, which we consider the heart healthy, or some people call happy cholesterol, because it's the good cholesterol.
Yeah.
And then we have the LDL, which is like the bad or lousy cholesterol.
Sure.
So the LDL is the number that is, the higher that number is, that's showing you the potential that your arteries would be clogged and blocking, and obviously that could lead to a heart attack or stroke.
Right.
And your HDL is the healthy cholesterol, which actually helps to get rid of,
clears out the
right.
bad.
Right.
Great example. Thank you. What a good visual, right?
Awesome, yes.
Perfect. So you're looking at the good and the bad cholesterol.
Right.
You know, with any illustration, they make the bad stuff look bad, and as they should, right, when you want to break it down.
Right, so that bad stuff could really get in there and clog the blood flow going through
and
your
that's what you don't want to have happen. So, you know, say somebody comes out tomorrow and they get their cholesterol checked and maybe the LDL is a little high. What would you say? I mean, obviously it's a case-by-case basis, certainly in regards to what people have in their diet, but maybe if we can paint with broad brushstrokes for the folks that are watching that are maybe a little, you know, conscious about their cholesterol, what are some things that they could put into their diet that would help beef up that good cholesterol number while also maybe decreasing that LDL?
So good things, well, beefing up your good cholesterol, always not only diet, but exercise is an awesome part of that. As far as that goes, you know, getting the fruits and the vegetables and the lean proteins and watching the fats, especially the saturated fat if you're reading that on food labels. Also, it's a great time if you get results and they're just a little high and you maybe just need to make some dietary changes. That's great. I can set you up and we'll take a tour to the store, can point out some great options. You know, if it's really high, then I would recommend follow up with a physician by all means.
Sure.
But yeah, there's a lot you can do. It's not just like, oh, that's my genetics. I mean, genetics does play a part, but there's a lot of a lifestyle that you can incorporate. So
I just like telling people, like, get a Fitbit, you know?
Oh, it's
I've only had a Fitbit for a year and like 2 months now, right? I'm on my second one. And I am the guy, and you know this, we work together, we're friends. I'm always checking because I want to try and hit the 10,000 steps a day. And for me, the size that I am, that works out to about 4,000. My goal is 4,000 calories a day to burn. And as much as I feel bad for the watches that I'm not wearing, but I got to get the Fitbit on because I want to make sure that I'm moving around enough.
Right.
So even little things like that, because at the very least, even if you feel like you're active enough, you get something like this and it can kind of hold you accountable.
Right.
And then you feel like, okay, like yesterday, for instance, my mom came over to my house and I took my oldest to the Y, and I could have just as easily not dressed appropriately, but I figured if I'm going to the Y, he loves running on the track.
Well, you might as
I
well
can
do
take
it
a couple
too, right?
laps walking, play a little basketball. I might as well because I'm going to get my steps in.
Well, another thing too with tracking devices like that, I think it can make people more aware. I mean, you'd be amazed. So even myself, I have one now, and some days I'm like, oh, better get moving. I mean, you
Right.
just don't know sometimes how much you end up sitting and not moving.
Yeah.
And I think it's just another step to take to
Well, you get
to
this
realize.
the friendly vibration on your
Right.
wrist that says,
You're not moving
"Hey, you
enough,
got
Tony."
200 steps left this hour, pal."
Right.
I wish mine shocked me, so I would just be like, "Oh,
Oh.
I got to get back out there." Cody is still in the health market, I think, right?
And what
So-
an awesome time too! 20% off today. You can
I
get some
know.
good
That's what I was
healthy
going to say.
options.
So
Yeah.
we're going to show. So Cody, if you can hear me, great. So one of the things, Kara, that I feel like I neglect when we talk about the health market is the frozen stuff that's available. And sometimes I think the assumption is, well, if it's frozen, can it be good for me? And a lot of these products, including some of the breads,
Right.
It's so impressive to see the variety of items that
Right.
are in there. But just talk about that, right? Like it's
Right,
nice
so-
to have
right.
such a great variety of
You know,
products. in the
there's
health
lots
market.
of frozen fruits and vegetables,
Yep.
which are awesome because they're frozen at the peak of ripeness, so
Sure.
they're great. They have all the nutrients. Some of the frozen breads that you mentioned, like one brand, Ezekiel, has a frozen bread that is no sodium or very low
Wow.
sodium.
Sure.
So that's an option. You know, we have the cauliflower pizza crusts over there
Yep.
now, the cauliflower. Those are a good option. It's just fun, different things to check out. I mean, there is a nice selection.
Cody,
in
if
the
you back up
frozen.
for a second, by Kara's, just past Kara's door, there's a little table and
Oh,
there's some
yeah, that's-
coupons and flyers on there. One of
Yeah.
the things that you and we had a little gluten class. There you go,
Right.
perfect. So just keep it right there, Cody. So this is a great resource, Kara, and I know I interrupted you when you were
That's
talking.
okay.
I apologize, but this is just one of those places in the store. So your office is right kind of behind that Skinny Pop popcorn,
Right.
which great fuel saver, by the way.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of great information there on services offered by yourself, what Hy-Vee can do for people on different types of diets. But then there's little things like coupons. Like, Cody, look for a coupon on that table for, it's called Too Good Yogurt.
Oh, which is an awesome
Oh
product.
my
yeah.
gosh, I can't stop buying this yogurt. I thought, as someone that was on a diet like I was, you know, when you think about yogurt, it's called Too Good, Cody. I think there's like $1
There
off.
should, yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's right there maybe. He's like,
It's there
yep,
it is right
there
there.
it is.
Thank you, sir. So this is a yogurt, Kara. It's 2 grams of sugar, very low carb. When it comes to
awesome.
yogurt, that's typically not the case.
Right, and it's a good, I mean, that one has a decent amount of protein in it.
Yep.
And like you said, it's 2 grams of sugar, maybe a total carb content, maybe 3 grams at the most.
fantastic.
It's a protein. Yeah, that's a great option.
So if we go back to Cody, and if Cody's still near the
Right.
office, some of those pamphlets, Cody, if you just want to grab 1 or 2 of them and just show them to your camera. Again, all this information is free, and I encourage folks, if you're trying to, you know, stick to that New Year's resolution or just continue to make healthier decisions, use the resources available. Kara being a great resource here at Hy-Vee. Information on healthy weight. Another one is on lower cholesterol. That's very appropriate as to what we've been talking about, and with the cholesterol screenings happening tomorrow. Healthy kids, another
Yeah,
big
that's
thing for
awesome.
sure. And then I know this because we did a class and there's a lot of information. The gluten products, right?
Right.
So gluten sensitivities, celiac disease, something that a lot of folks deal with. And Cody, kind of right behind where you're at on the coolers, there's a whole aisle of gluten-free stuff. So if you want to check that out for us. Kara, the gluten stuff,
So the
you know-
nice thing too, just by the office, there's
Yeah.
always class postings. Like right now, it says like the kids cooking class, an upcoming plant-based class. Like Tony said, it has all the nutritional pamphlets there, my cards there. There's help people because it's hard to sort that all out. Just like it being Heart Month this month, I mean, there's so many great options that, you know, often you might hear like, oh, if it's healthy, it doesn't taste good, and that's so far from the truth. And,
it really is. They've done such a good job
Right.
with all, I mean, and the proof is in the pudding, pun intended, because there's so much variety of
Right.
product. And all of this stuff goes through testing. I mean, if you have to think about it, like the companies that are going to commit themselves to producing gluten-free products, I mean, it's a big production. So then to have something arrive to a store and not have it be of a good quality or good taste, there's Barb. We caught Barb.
Oh,
Everybody.
did we catch Barb? All right.
So it's all good, literally. Like I tried so much gluten-free stuff at that class.
Right.
I was impressed.
Right,
I was
and people
very
are
impressed.
amazed that, you know,
Yeah.
right.
And a lot of people that are dealing with, you know, gluten sensitivities and issues connected to it, they make a change to their diet and they feel so much better.
Right, because
Right.
ultimately, they're assuming that is the only treatment pretty much right now, that
Right.
you just change your diet. So.
That's it. If you think about it, right? I mean, for a lot of us, as someone that's always had, and I'm not saying I have a colonoscopy, but I've always had to the point where I went and had a colonoscopy and an endoscopy just to check it out. And for me, it was just all diet. I was
Right.
just putting bad in and getting bad results. And I was kind of a Band-Aid on the real issue.
And
Yeah,
avocados
love
and
avocados.
Quaker oats. I mean, that's a great way to start your morning. And
Yeah.
I mean, anytime really. It's a lot of fiber, and it's just, those are a couple great products. And
You brought the newest Hy-Vee
Oh,
Balance
yes.
magazine. So in the Balance magazine, you maybe got it in your mailbox recently, and there's always a lot of great information in there. I know it just came
Right.
to our house the other day. Look at this. So talking,
page,
if
right.
we continue talking about cholesterol,
There's a nice-
some great visuals in here. Check that out. So again, this is a free magazine. If you don't get it in the mail, you can pick one up for free here at Hy-Vee. So talking all about good, bad cholesterol, managing some high cholesterol. So this is great, right?
Yeah, the Balance magazine is awesome. I mean, just pick one up and look in the, the table of contents. I mean, there's recipes, there are articles on health and sports,
Sure.
and I mean, it's amazing. I mean, what different information. It's
Yeah.
a great magazine. It's just, yeah.
It's free.
Yeah,
It's
and
also
it's a
free.
great
So keep
yeah.
that in mind. Like, and you're right, chock full of whether it's recipes or, there's always great information and
Right.
great features from various dietitians that work for Hy-Vee. I want to get you in here somehow.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Gotta make that happen.
Yeah. And there's pharmacist information in there.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a wide range. And so,
And the price is always right.
Right.
On the Balance magazine.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we wrap up a little bit, Heart Health Tour tomorrow, Tuesday, February 5th, also
Right.
the 1-year anniversary of this show. Everybody
Awesome.
here
All
celebrating.
right.
I got them all
Congratulations.
cholesterol screenings.
Oh,
I don't want to
aren't you
spoil the
great?
surprise. Surprise, Betsy, we're going to prick your finger and take your blood.
yeah,
Surprise.
so from 7 to 11,
You got it.
right?
Yeah, 7 to 11 in the morning. If you are going to come out or know someone that is going to come out for the free cholesterol screening, have them fast for
10 to 12 hours.
10 to 12 hours. Don't eat anything.
But drink plenty of water. That's
Yes.
always good.
Keep yourself hydrated. The Hy-Vee Healthy U-Mobile will be out front.
Right. And if
In the
for
parking lot,
some
you can't
reason
miss
you
it.
don't see it,
Right.
then
It sticks out.
It should be, but
yeah.
always come in. If you have any questions, call today or
Sure.
tomorrow.
And it seems like, by all accounts, Kara, the weather is going
I
to
hope so,
cooperate.
yeah.
Maybe a little high, like 35, 36 degrees tomorrow, but here's the thing, it won't be 30 below.
Right. And if
Right.
you've never been in the Healthy U-Mobile,
It's
check it
nice.
out. It's
Yeah.
nice. So even if it's cold or
I was gonna
whatever,
say,
it's heated and yeah.
It is climate controlled, everybody.
sure is, yeah.
Thank you for the time. I appreciate it. And keep in mind, again, if you need anything, right? If you have
Right.
questions, Kara's here to help y'all. I
Right.
mean, I ask her questions all the time, and I hope that people that come to the store, that frequent the store as customers, have questions, they seek you.
Yeah, that's the best part of my job. I
Yeah.
love talking to the customers, really.
Yeah, it is a lot of
So,
fun. I mean, it's sharing the knowledge that you have, and even if you think you have like I don't know, very specific questions or diets or things you have to follow, I mean, you're available to
Right.
just be a good resource, sounding board, and you can really help customize things for folks. It's nice. I mean, it's just, we're all different, and we all need different things health-wise, but you're the expert.
Right.
I just trust you.
we can find
Everybody
it here, yeah.
can trust Kara, everybody. All right, thank you for your
Alrighty.
time. We appreciate
All right,
it.
thanks,
Let's
Tony.
go CBI Bank and Trust ILCAM. I don't even know where it's at. I don't even remember. What time did this show start? I feel like we've been here. Oh, there we go. We're in the floral department. Nice. Look at the beautiful purple products. That'll all be red and pink soon because Valentine's Day is next Thursday. Public service announcement for men everywhere. Valentine's Day next Thursday. And here is a gift that would keep on giving for Valentine's Day. How about a $50 goat? Jeff the goat, he's available. You need to take him home, please. I don't know what would happen if I brought home a goat and my wife found out that I spent $50. Now, I've spent $50 on things that are not as cool. I mean, maybe you go out to dinner, you spend more than $50. You don't get a goat, right? So everything you need. And speaking, hey, look, for $10 more than our Valentine's Day dinner, you could have a fake plastic or whatever he's made out of goat. This is Valentine's Day at the Market Grill Express here at Hy-Vee. Next week on Valentine's Day, $40. You and the one you love could have dinner for two. 2 glasses of wine, drink of your choice, appetizer to share. Your entree could be an Iowa pork chop or garlic butter shrimp. Sides with it, dessert option available. 2 for $40. Heck of a deal. RSVP 563-264-2420. And get ready to say Happy Valentine's Day. Every day is the 14th. I would like to, if I may, because I did mention it in my notes, I'd like to rant for just about 30 seconds. Ryan, start the Tony Tone is going to rant timer and go. Can we please yield at the roundabout? I was heading towards the roundabout to take my middle son, my middle child to school, and I was at a stop as vehicles were just whipping past. Do we not understand? Ryan, Google what the word yield means and put it on the screen in a second. It drives me crazy. 4 cars came just careening around the roundabout they didn't even look at their brake pedal. So we all need to remember to yield, right? Yield. Please yield. Give yourself a good old yield at the roundabout. Or just give way to arguments. It's fine. Yield means not a full stop, but just sort of put that foot near the brake. I don't know how there's not more accidents, because I could have had my legal right since I yielded. I could have started to go, but I would have got hit. 4 cars just whipping through. And I was trying to go from Logan Street through the roundabout to Cedar to then Parham or Parnham, however you say it. Is it Parham? Somebody put this on Instagram. How do you say it? Parham? Parnham? Parham? So just yield. That's all I want you to do. My 30 seconds is over. I'm way over it. Just please yield. Be kind to each other. Jeepers, creepers. I was like, what's going on? In road transport, a yield or giveaway sign indicates that each driver must prepare to stop if necessary to let a driver on another approach proceed. A driver who stops or slows down to let another vehicle through has yielded the right-of-way to that vehicle. Guess what I wasn't doing on purpose this morning? I was not yielding the right-of-way. I was just following the sign. You know, we got all these cameras in this town that are monitoring us. Why not put a camera at the roundabout? You know how many tickets you could give away for people that are not yielding? We could have so much. That's why I'm going to run for office, ladies and gentlemen. I got a tremendous idea. Roundabout cameras. Thank you. That's my whole campaign. The city will have enough money to bring in Maroon 5 to play at Great River Days. That's all we need. That's all we've been waiting for. Roundabout cameras, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't yield, you get a $5 ticket. You don't yield twice, you get a $500 ticket. You don't yield 3 times, we take your car. We come to your house and just take the keys that are probably in the ignition because you think you live in Mayberry, and we take your car. So start yielding, or you're going to have a tough go at it when this guy gets in office. Back to you, Ryan. Today, on a serious note, today is World Cancer Day. Cancer sucks. There's no other way to put it. Cancer's terrible. It's affected too many people. It's taken too many people that we all know. And it's World Cancer Day. I mean, you know, I wish that we were closer to a cure for a lot of different cancers. And I hope that you can support different organizations that support cancer research, and just think about those that maybe have lost their battle to cancer. I think of so many people. It's a bummer for sure. But today, World Cancer Day. It's also National Thank a Mail Carrier Day, the 4th of February. Maybe you say thank you to your favorite mail carrier. They got through a rough winter. Although I feel like if you deliver mail, you know what you signed up for in Iowa. You're tough. You're prepared, right? I mean, you're working a plus pretty good job by all accounts, like, right? Pretty good government job. It's also National Homemade Soup Day. Nobody loves soup more than Betsy. Betsy would like to know what your favorite soup is. Leave a comment on Facebook or email hyveetoday@gmail.com with your favorite soup. Hers is meatball soup. I thought about Betsy and Ryan and everybody this weekend. I was at a wedding, and the cocktail hour appetizers, they had not one, but 2 different kinds of meatballs. One was barbecue meatballs, and then the other was meatballs with marinara. Ooh, it was wonderful. It's also national, and this is true, create a vacuum. I don't, like, are you going to build your own vacuum cleaner? You know what's not a fun thing to buy as you grow up? Nobody tells you this. At one point, you're going to spend, even $50 is too much to spend on a vacuum. There's people that spend like $500 on those Dyson vacuums. There's people that have robot vacuums. You probably have one of those robot vacuums going around your house right now. You know what I want to get to in my life? I want to get to the point in my life where I've got robot vacuum money, because right now I ain't got that, all right? Oh, I'm sorry, that's just my Terminator vacuum that's cleaning the surfaces and recording everything I do and plotting to kill me in my sleep. Terminator vacuums, coming soon. All right, 20% off health market and health and beauty care purchases today. That's Make My Monday going on. Don't miss out on that. We've got a pretty exciting fuel saver opportunity coming for y'all later this week. 2 days to save. This will be on the back page of the Voice of Muscatine newspaper. It's a fuel saver event Friday, Saturday, the 8th and the 9th of February. The more you spend, the more you save. 25 cents off per gallon when you spend $50, and it adds up. So spend $100, 50 cents off. Spend $150, 75 cents off. There are so many additional fuel savers throughout the course of this store. Just looking at where we're at in the meat department, I mean, I'm looking at 30 cents to my right. You know, you tack that on to this event Friday, Saturday. Don't pay full price at the pump if you don't have to. So if the price of gas is whatever it is, $2.05 or $2.09 a gallon, it doesn't have to be. Hy-Vee is the only place where you can buy groceries and save money at the gas pump. You owe it to yourself. Ryan, keep it right there because there's a couple other things I'll mention that I failed to put on the list, but we've got it in front of us. Thursday night steak dinner ready to go. Again, if you love this, we're keeping it going through the end of March. This is this Thursday, February 7th, 4 till 7. Choice New York strip steak dinner, 8 ounce for $8, 12 ounce for $12. Weather kind of, didn't have a lot of people come out for steak last week. The weather was terrible. It'll be better this week, right? Here's the thing. Even if we get more snow or if it gets a little bit colder in February, it's not going to be 30 or 40 below zero, right? My garage windows were literally frozen Saturday morning, and by the time I got back from taking my kids to blast ball, they were thawed out. We have lost a lot of snow and ice. So don't miss out on Thursday night steak dinner. Get thawed out. Come and see us. And then, Ryan, next to that, on Friday, we're doing a Crown Royal embroidery event. You can see that bag of Crown Vanilla, which I still have 70% of that Crown Vanilla in my refrigerator. And I still have the Crown Royal bag that I got embroidered for myself. And have a bottle of Crown for free. That is this Friday, 5 till 7 at Wine and Spirits. And then next to that, Mr. Broderson, next Monday, a week from today, we're playing bingo in the Market Grill Express starting at 6 o'clock. Free family fun. And you can win a $5 Hy-Vee gift card for each game of bingo that Hugh should win. All right, a couple more things, and then we're going to do the job board and get out of here for the day. The Muscatine Community YMCA Wine Dinner is this Saturday, February 9th. You can get your tickets, limited seating available, 5 courses prepared by our very own Hy-Vee chef, Brian Scott, and wine pairing along with it. Doors open at 6, dinner starts at 6:30. Chef Brian Scott in the studio with us in the Hy-Vee Today kitchen Thursday, Friday this week. Looking forward to having him here. We'll talk about his menu. If we need to do any samplings, we're happy to do samples for him. All proceeds benefit the Y youth and teen programs. Get those tickets. Call Amy Hessel or stop by the Y, 1823 Logan Street. And do me a favor, after you get your ticket at the Y, yield at the roundabout, all right? 563-263-9996 is the phone number for the Muscatine Community YMCA. This Friday is the cake auction at Muscatine High School. Activities Director Mike, the main man, Mike Morgan, on this show very soon. Can't wait to have him here. 29th annual cake auction is a huge, dare I say, huge fundraiser. Today's secret word is fundraiser. Fundraiser. That's when you love to rage, but you got to make some money so that you can rage, Betsy. This Friday starts at 6 o'clock. It's a boy-girl doubleheader. Basketball, cake, good times, sugar, ice cream, cotton candy, sweet and low. Let me see how much cake you can eat, yo. And a good time to be had by all. Donate a cake, donate money, or show up and eat cake. It'll be fun. That's for sure. For serious. We talked to Jason Miller about it. We don't need to put it on the screen, but we'll keep talking about it all week. Special Olympics versus Muscatine Fire and Police next Tuesday, February 12th. Don't miss out on that. Really looking forward to that game. For sure. Last thing that I want to mention before the job board, Mr. Bro, is Breaking Bad trivia, February the 18th. If you loved Breaking Bad and maybe you watch Better Call Saul and you heard that there's a Breaking Bad movie that they're working on, that's exciting. This is Breaking Bad trivia, Monday, February 18th, starting at 6 o'clock, free to play, prizes for first, second, and third place, and you can RSVP 563-264-2420. Get your team together for Breaking Bad trivia. That'll be a good time. I promise you. You'll have fun at Breaking Bad trivia. All right, let's go to the job board, and then we'll get out of here. All right, team staffing, 109 Lake Park Boulevard, has some opportunities for you. Forklift openings. This is Jenny, $14.28 per hour. Jenny can take care of you. 563-316-7635 or careers at teamssi.com. Katie has a control room operator opening with TSI, $18.75 per hour. All you got to do, again, call Katie, reach out, and they will take care of you. 563-316-9254 for team staffing, everybody. Last but not least on the job board is Jenny and a CDL, driver with a CDL-A. That's a specific type of CDL. So if you have a CDL-A, you can call Jenny and get to work immediately. That's the thing about the jobs the team staffing has. There's no delay. They're going to get you to work, and you'll start contributing immediately. I'm looking for someone to vacuum my van because it gross. Any takers? Betsy? Ryan? Cody? You know what I need? You know what I should do? Is buy a shop vac. Like a good... I feel like a good, and again, this is being a boring adult, a good shop vac is worth its weight in gold. Because then you don't have to put quarters, and no offense to the car washes with the big vacuums, you're marvelous. But you got to put, I need to get a good shop vac. I had a shop vac, but it wasn't a good one, and it clogged all the time, and then I just threw it out. I got frustrated. I may have hulked out on the shop vac. I got a little bit of the Sicilian rage sometimes. So maybe I need to create a vacuum since today is National Creative Vacuum Day. Okay, we're going to make like a tree and get out of here for today's installment of Hy-Vee Today for Monday, the 4th of February. Tomorrow, February 5th, the one-year anniversary of this show, we'll have the same guests that we had when the show started. Our first guest ever on Hy-Vee Today was Muscatine Community School District Superintendent and my friend Dr. Jerry Reeby. He'll be here tomorrow. And a few tricks up the old sleeve planned. 1 year of doing Hy-Vee Today. Still haven't said any swear words on accident. That's pretty good if you think about it. Pretty good. Not once have I said a bad word. Pretty good, right? Not even a accidental bleep. Not bad. And we thank y'all for watching, for sure. If you're with us each and every day, or if you catch it on cable at night, or if you watch it live, good for you. It's exciting. All of the episodes that we've done are available. You could rewatch every single one of them. And we have some announcements coming pretty soon about the show as well. Is that correct? All right, I'll just tell you. Oprah is going to be joining Hy-Vee Today. So you saw Oprah on the TV commercial during the big game. She's with Team Hy-Vee, and Oprah Winfrey will be my co-host on Hy-Vee Today starting February 31st. That'll be Oprah's first day, so tune in for that. Don't miss it. Betsy laughed. All right, thank you for watching. Thanks to Jason Miller with Special Olympics for joining the show. Special Olympics, great organization. February 12th basketball game. Don't miss it on that. And thanks to Hy-Vee dietitian Kara Zigament for being here. Free. Did you make that, or did you totally miss? We have a garbage can, and Ryan sits kind of right across from the garbage can. He always tries to throw his paper in there, and he totally... let me redeem Ryan. I got my sheet right here, just for the sake of showing up old Ryan Bro. I think I'm actually going to make this one today. All right. Thank you to Toyota Muscatine. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust and to Team Staffing. And nailed it, everybody. In fuego. We'll see you live at 8:30 tomorrow, or weeknights at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on Channel 5. That's it. Goodbye. so hard making shots every.
You're watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the
Right.
alumni are putting on in Wilton this
man.
Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.